Afternoon, guys. It's been a while. I'm fresh off a trip from Atlanta. Got to take the newborn down there, visit her aunt and uncle and cousins. That was great. I guess I got out of Atlanta before the shortage occurred. Let me know if you can hear. Do me a favor if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share videos from the YouTube channel. Share the group. Like to get more information out to people as quick as possible. Today, I want to talk about some of the things that are happening in our current events, but then also again, as always, I want to sit there and try to encourage you some on what you can do again to attract more money to you on your path to building wealth and make better financial decisions. So right now we're in the midst of the a couple things going on. You got the stock market going crazy. You got real estate at a ridiculous crazy rate. You got more people trying to get to work. There's a worker shortage, seemingly so. There's a gas shortage. There's a housing shortage. There's a lot of things that are affecting our economy, and our economy right now is being stretched thin. From an income perspective, it's never been a better time right now to look at opportunities to increase your income. And I talk about that a lot. How are you trying to bring more income in? The 30, $40,000, even if you're making 100,000, that's great. But two incomes are better. Two, three ways of getting paid is better. More income is going to help your scenario, especially in a financial scenario. If you have $40,000 and you bought a $10,000 car, well, that situation changes drastically when you make $50,000 or $60,000. It's very important right now that you stay focused, but create a plan that will increase your income. So where to begin? So one of the biggest things right now that's going on from an investing standpoint, and a lot of people have been attracted to the investment stock market, and that's exciting. It really is exciting. It's exciting because number one, people see the opportunity, whether it's to get quick win or whether you're seeing it from a long term of potential of wealth that can be built by participating in the stock market. However, you're attracted to it, it's important that you see it as a vehicle to get help you gain financial freedom. But one of the things that is really taking off and you've seen the uptick of is obviously cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency, depending on what you are looking at, can and has began to establish itself. But understand there's a difference from cryptocurrency and the regular stock market, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, ETFs. They're different. Cryptocurrency is not regulated. And so it can fluctuate. And there are things that happen on that market that are way different than you will see if you're used to or if you've heard of participating in the stock market. Not, again, is it bad if your gains outweigh what you're putting in? Is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's still something you, again, with the stock market, with any investment, you don't want to be caught off guard. You want to be aware of what that looks like. So with it being deregulated or not regulated, what are things you should be looking at? Number one, you should know that fees are higher for buying in and selling than it would be if you bought a stock on the New York Stock Exchange. It could be 20%, 200%. It could be exponentially different. And those fees change drastically. Other thing is the real time of the crypto market. They're working on time outside of normal stock exchange hours. So all night, all day, things can swing. So a good example of that is obviously people and a lot of things that's been in the news is the DogeCoin epidemic, and it's an incredible or has been an opportunity for it to be incredible. And so there was a guy that I was came across on YouTube. They call him the Doge Father. And what happened essentially with this guy, his story is actually pretty decent. It talks to big risk, big reward, but where it kind of worked out positively. So the gentleman, he took 188,000, his total life savings. He mortgaged all he could. He drew all the credit lines off of everything, and he did what he calls go all in on Dogecoin. And what happened was Dogecoin went up and made him that 188,000. Took that 188,000. all the way to $2.3 million. So what he was expecting, this was before the SNL skit with Elon Musk just reached this past weekend. So what he was looking forward to was, and what most people were looking to during this time they were invested in Dogecoin, it's to see how that market would react when Elon Musk went on SNL. So the next thing that happened throughout that evening, he saw fluctuations. He saw even there was one point throughout the cast through the jokes that they were doing, his account went down to like 1 million, but by the end it was still at about 2.2, 2.3 million. And again, his name is the Doge Father. If you're on YouTube or you're watching this on YouTube and you're definitely interested in the Dogecoin and what that looks like and what more about that gentleman's story, go ahead and check him out on YouTube. I'll see if I can link that description down below. But the point is, this guy had a unique opportunity. He took the big risk, and the cryptocurrency took off. Now, one of the things that's been puffing up the Dogecoin, and Dogecoin is just an example of the type of meme stocks that are now becoming popularized and changing the way people are looking at investment, because what people are understanding now is we as consumers can now manipulate the market a little bit. If you have a large, what meme stocks are doing is it catches fire through the social medias, it catches fire through Instagram, Facebook, all that. So everyone starts buying, and it puffs up the price point that people are buying in, and thus the profit is made. That's how the meme stock work. Problem is that's not substantiated things, and when you have a whole bunch of people who are not necessarily experienced investors, or what about this gentleman? That's his life savings. If you made or had a 2.3 million windfall, and it's in Dogecoin, granted you're gonna cash, if you cash out, you're gonna have some fees, you're gonna have some taxes, you're gonna have some things like that. Would you keep it in? Is that the best thing to do? Financially speaking, no. The guy makes 65 grand a year. He doesn't even have a house. Buy himself a house. He can be set for life. But he kept it in and he's willing to ride that out. Why wouldn't you change? So if something like that occurs, because of how often it fluctuates, and we're talking about within the hour this stuff is fluctuating all day, all night. It's good when it's good, but what happened when it's not? So do you want your story to be, hey, there was one point where I was up $2.3 million. I didn't cash out. I let it ride. And so I lost my opportunity for financial freedom. Because if you put $2.3 million yet in a more conservative and more routine investment, mutual fund, ETF, index fund, all that stuff, 7 years, 2.3 turns into 4.6. 7 years, 14 years. 4.6 turns into 9.2. This could be your opportunity, and the money that investment will generate, because it's proven, will set you up for financial freedom. Why risk that? So it's important now that, not to say that you don't follow the memes, and not to say that you don't have opportunity with that. I want you to understand this meme investing, crypto investing is a lot different than in ETFs, mutual funds, all that. This is more day trading. This is more you have to watch it, and this isn't a long-term sustainable thing. Can you get some quick wins? Yes. Even the behaviors are likened to gamble because you're taking a gamble. There's not enough data on things coming. And so what you're trying to figure out is, if enough people go in, can I make a profit from it? Can you? Yes, you can. A lot of people, because of the popularity of what's going on, they are making profits right now. So I do not want to dissuade anyone about that opportunity. But I do want you to think about, and they're doing it with less money. But I do want you to think about again, you have the short term things and the long term things. And you have to appropriately set aside and know which investment you're doing. Long term real estate, or are you flipping houses? Long term for your retirement or financial independence. You want more index funds or things of that nature. If you're just utilizing it for what it is, it's a good quick win, good cash flow booster. As while it's good, while it's there, great. But when you get your wins, take that out and go invest in a more strategic way for your long term. What if I put in a few $100s, Jonathan, and I got $2,000, $3,000 win, $4,000 or $5,000 win gain from this. Number one, when you sell, get ready for capital gains, the cost of selling. Sec, Second, also look at, do you have enough cash on hand just in general? If you're $5,000 and you made that based off a few $100 investment, wonderful. You have done excellent, but don't get misguided based off what's going on. Don't fall into the gambling trap. Oh, I did it once, so I'll do it again. That is not the way you want to approach this type of investing. You want to always approach it as if the negative, the opposite could be true, and the negative can happen in this market in a blinking of an eye. So I would encourage you. Is the crypto market going? Yes. Understand why it's getting puffed up. These aren't substantiated things. It's deregulated. It has more fees. A lot of the volume is coming because of the popularity from social medias, and that's where the manipulation of the price is going up. You can even say it's inflated up. That's not, while it's a good quick win, that's not a good long-term solution. Be clear on that. Understand, if you don't have the correct cash on the side, and maybe you did win, maybe you should use some of that to make sure you have a good cash buffer. Third, I want you to focus on the next thing in the market. Please, please, please look at your skill set. How much more can you make? Don't allow your comfort zone, don't allow what your routines are to dissuade you and hold you back from potential more income, because there are many people and many more new job opportunities happen as your life is transforming. And over this last year, your life has transformed. Take a moment, take stock, get connected. Either connect with me, I can connect you with several resources. You got Crystal, who does right to success. I have other colleagues that work in the space to help prepare you for that interview, to help you get land that offer. The goal here is to help you have enough tools in your belt to create financial freedom for yourself, whatever you want that to look like. Do you understand? Are you on this path of investing? If you have a home, it's still an excellent time for you to refinance your home if you have it. If you're at a 3 point or 4 point, close to 4%, 3.5 or higher, depending on your areas. If you're in Missouri, it's extremely cheap. If you're in Charlotte, it's extremely cheap. If you're in Kentucky, Illinois, it's extremely cheap. Some of the other areas, it's a little bit pricier, but in all areas, because of the market right now, people will allow you to refinance your home, give you an excellent rate, and you can do it at no cost or very minimal cost. This is an opportunity for you to do it. And right now, even though the 30-year is not as competitive as it was 3-4 months ago, the 15 and 20-year can put you just as far ahead, but you have to prepare yourself financially for that. Or depending on how much you drop, that might be a better option for you, because that may change a house that you didn't plan on being in for a long time to now, hey, this house might actually be a rental to help me build some wealth. Again, we're trying to put enough wealth building tools not to take away from your consumption, but to give you the space so that while you're enjoying your life through consumption, maybe you got a car, maybe you're taking some vacation, maybe you like to eat out a lot, or whatever the case may be, and you're consuming, you have enough things that go beyond your ability to create income. That's what wealth is. Not all your income is coming based off the work you're doing. You have other things in place to do that. And this is why you need to be on track, on pace, and focused to driving yourself forward. I'm here to help. I hope you guys didn't like this video. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please take a moment. Invite your friends and family to the group. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.